If your makeup bag and your look looks like it's stuck in February, we need to fix that. Hi pretty people, it's Crystal, your very own personal beauty pro. And today I'm going to walk you through some really pretty beauty products that are going to elevate and refresh your makeup routine for spring. And the bonus is you can do all of this without having to buy 40 new things. Let's start with one of the fastest ways to really perk up your prettiness, and that is with lipstick. And I will add this, lipstick is something we tend to throw on the go, but take a few extra seconds to really perfect your lip line with a really pretty matching lip liner. Wear a little lipstick even if you just want to wear a glossy look that day. That helps the lip gloss to look more polished and it looks better as it wears. But my focus today really is about pretty spring lip shades. And I've pulled some that look beautiful on everyone, from fair complexions as fair as Nicole Kidman to deep, rich, chocolatey complexions as yummy as Iman. I'm going to start with one that I recommend frequently, and that is because of the formula and the price. That is Sephora's Lip Stain. They come in shades for everyone's taste, from those really pretty nude fleshy tones to your popping electric colors. The matte lip formula, or that lip formula that's free of shine and looks flat and perfect and beautiful, is not always easy to formulate, but they've done a really good job. These go on even, they don't look streaky or patchy, and they last really well. And then MAC is one of the brands with the most beautiful lipsticks on the market, and they are still up there when it comes to lip shades. This particular one, I have been getting so many compliments since I reintroduced this to my collection, and this is Saint Germain. This is the shade I'm wearing now with a bit of liner and gloss. And Saint Germain is that really beautiful bubblegum pink, but it leans a bit toward the purple violety family, so it's really pretty and eye-catching, and I love these on a variety of complexions. I love these on the fairer ladies, but literally anybody can wear this shade with the right lip liner blended beautifully, and it is stunning on milk chocolate complexion. Now, I wanted to share some products with you today that you don't hear about all the time, and one of those is Prada. Prada has a beauty line with products that I have tried from the Prada line so far. They've done a really beautiful high-end luxe job with their products, which is what we would expect from a luxury brand but don't always get. This is the Prada Fuchsia lipstick. It is a beautiful formula. Their formulas, they have really worked to make them high-tech and modern, but beautiful. That is a gorgeous, vivid fuchsia, and it is perfect for spring and summer. It's a matte formula, so it gives you that beautiful, perfect, matte, shine-free look. It's comfortable on the lip, it glides on with ease, and it feels absolutely featherweight on the lips. That's the beautiful Prada lipstick. It's also magnetic and refillable, so they have put some thought into their component. While we're talking about luxury, let's talk about one of my favorite luxe lipsticks, and that is from the house of Hermes. Since I haven't yet obtained a Birkin, I can have a touch of Hermes via their lipsticks, and this is beautiful. This is one of my favorite lipsticks. It comes in a sliding case and a little cozy. The component is simple, sleek, and modern, but it does feel substantial in the hand. It does not feel cheap. The shade is Orange Boîte or Orange Box, and it is after that famous Hermes box. It's one of their matte formulas. It glides on. It's very comfortable on the lip. It is really a stunner. I think so many people can wear orange but are afraid of it, but it lights up the complexion, and it's just made for spring and summer. Also has that magnetic component. And then I have a couple I want to share with you that I love from Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath has some of the best lipstick formulas on the market. Truly, they are formulated beautifully. They have this beautiful even coverage, whether it's matte or satin. The color payoff is beautiful. The longevity is there. The only challenge you might have with the Pat McGrath lipsticks is finding them in stock. This one just has been the star of last year and this year. This shade is Nude Venus. It's rare with my collection and the way my moods change for me to go through a lipstick, but I flew through this one. Nude Venus is that yummy peachy pink. This is another one that's almost universally flattering. If you're fairer, you can wear this with no lip liner and get that really pretty your lips but better look. But because it's that fleshy peachy tone, as your complexion gets deeper, I think it's really pretty to have a little structure to the lips with a nice soft brown or soft fleshy tone lip liner. But this just looks really lush and plush on the lips, and it's just gorgeous with gloss. They had so many unique shades that I just loved. I noticed that some have been discontinued, but one of the really pretty ones that is still available is Candy Flip. Candy Flip is this vivid pink, but it's a softer, warmer pink. So it is a bit more wearable than, say, one of the electric fuchsias, and it's a bit more universally flattering than the fuchsia. It reminds me a bit of more of a pink they would wear in the 60s. It's a beautiful shade and it's the perfect pop for spring. And of course, during spring, the sun is finally shining and we want our lips to shine some days too. I'm going to share a couple of glosses I've really been enjoying. The first is Dior's Lip Maximizer. This is a beautiful gloss formula and it comes in some really pretty flattering shades, but this particular one has some pop to it. Gloss doesn't always have to be clear or pink. Sometimes you can do a really vibrant orange or red like this one. It's really beautiful and it has a pretty payoff. It's not so sheer that you don't get to enjoy the actual color, but it's not so thick that it's uncomfortable or looks garish. It's also really beautiful if you want to be daring and gloss up a red lipstick. Looks like that are gorgeous. They give you this really candy apple lip. It takes a little glance from time to time to make sure it's still neat, but it's so worth it for the beautiful look you get. As long as MAC does not destroy the clear lip glass formula, that will always be one of my all-time favorites. But the other one that is just as fabulous is Fenty's Ice. Fenty has some nice lip glosses in general, but this Fenty Ice, this is a delicious patent leather lip shine. It has that perfect level of thickness without being goopy. Ice formula does have a minty vibe. I find it refreshing. I don't think it burns, maybe tingles a bit, but I don't think it burns at all. But in order for a lip gloss to last, it does have to have a bit of substance, a bit of body to it. If it's too thin, it's going to either look greasy or disappear into thin air. So I don't mind a lip gloss with a bit of presence on the lips, but this is absolutely glassy and gorgeous. And then some of you may want to step outside of the norm when it comes to lip gloss. And Milk has these gorgeous lip oils. They have this beautiful iridescent multicolored shimmer. You can wear them alone or layer them on top of other lip colors. This particular shade is Globetrot, and it's a knockout for my girls who are a little bit more daring or want something a little different, something a little eye-catching. It's really pretty on the lip. Let's talk about eyeshadow and eye products, because I pulled something a little different than what we always see for you today. There was a time not that many years ago that the huge eye palettes were not even in style, but over the last decade or so they have really gained popularity, so much so to the point where we hardly ever buy single eyeshadows. There are still some beautiful single eyeshadows out there, but I know people tend to want time-saving products and things that they get more bang for their buck. look. So we may still want a collection of shadows, but maybe something more curated, like a quad or a quint. And one of the prettiest quads is Pat McGrath's Divine Bronze Luxe Quad. This quad is such a one-stop shop. You have the perfect warm champagne for all over the lid to give the lid a little luster and a little life without being too shiny or shimmery. Then you have that mid-tone soft mauve brown and that deep brown if you want to add a little more structure, a little more intensity to the eye. And then you have this delicious gold foil for when you really want to amp up the look. You can go light, you can go smoky. This is a beautiful quad choice for spring. These are also super travel friendly. Another brand that does beautiful smaller collections of eyeshadows in eyeshadow quints or 5-color palettes is Dior. In recent years, Dior has really stepped up their formula, and the shades are just so pretty. They have a ton of shades options, and they also have some gorgeous new ones for spring. They have something for every taste, complexion, and occasion. They have these soft wearable neutrals. They have these beautiful corals, pinks, greens, blues, even silver, gold, and black. I'm wearing this. I have a couple of others, but the other one that came to mind today is this beautiful one. This is beautiful, and it's definitely for a nighttime spring, and this silver and black quint is really beautiful. It's a nice departure from the gold. I know I have some color lovers out there who like a little bit more dazzle, and for those, I have pulled the Nessa Myricks Twin Flame. This is a creamy product that sets beautifully on the eyes and is really easy to blend. The colors are absolutely spectacular. They have these iridescent duo and trichrome shades. They are absolutely spectacular on the eye. These are also huge compliment getting show-stopping eyeshadows. I was going to say let's move on to my favorite category, but really it's kind of all my favorite category. Let's talk about complexion, because that really lays the groundwork for a beautiful look, and skin prep is going to really help you do that. Now, of course, nothing is going to replace a good skincare routine, but once that's done, your other products matter too. One product I love and have been reaching for more often is Fix Plus by MAC. It's a beautiful hydrating product, and it really adds true moisture to the skin and helps skin to hold on to that moisture. And I love it actually as a first step almost more than a last step. I like to spray some in the palm of my hand and really push and press it into the skin. In fact, that's what I did for my makeup today. And I'll do that about 3 or 4 times and really flood the skin with moisture till it's nice and plump and bouncy. And that step alone can serve as a beautiful primer. And if you like a nice glowy satiny finish at the end of your makeup, MAC's Fix Plus is good for that as well. Now, if you have trouble with your makeup lasting, I would use a more true setting mist. Now, if you like a primer, something that actually is going to grip the makeup, but you want a more healthy radiant finish instead of that stark matte finish, then the Ultra Glow All Nighter by Urban Decay is a really nice primer. It goes on like a clear gel. It adds this beautiful dewy finish to the skin, but as you massage it in, it settles and it becomes like a second skin, and it leaves a gently gripping surface that grabs and holds the makeup. So beautiful way to add wear time without making the skin look dry. Another Urban Decay product I love is their actual setting spray. I like their glowy version. This is a long-lasting makeup setting spray, and this one actually works to hold the makeup in place more so than I would say the Fix Plus does. Now, it's one thing I share on this channel quite often. It's a variety of foundations, and as a matter of fact, I think I shared about 50 foundations in one video, so you have to check that out if you haven't seen it. But We often hear a lot about the same foundation, so I wanted to share something a little refreshing with you today, and I just happen to be wearing it today. So this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. This is a beautiful, underrated foundation. Shiseido is a very good name in skincare, and they did a beautiful job on this foundation. This foundation has a high medium coverage and a beautiful satiny finish, but it also sets well on the skin. It's smooth, it's evening, and the skin looks so pretty. But they also have another formulation that has more of a matte finish, if that's what you prefer. The Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. They're both oil-free and beautiful. A beautiful formula for any time of year, but this is a really pretty spring foundation to refresh your routine. If you like luxury, the Prada Reveal foundation is beautifully done. They have really formulated a beautiful, lightweight, airy foundation that gives a flawless but super natural coverage. So this looks beautiful in person, and it will also look beautiful in video or on film. I do appreciate that they made it refillable. This is a beautiful luxury foundation if you want to look flawless but natural, like you woke up like this. The NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation is one of my 4 life foundations. I would wear this for any special occasion, and this is one that I would actually use in my professional work. One of the things we are going for on set and on runway is a beautiful, natural, long-wearing look, and this delivers. This is an extra special formulation in my opinion. It's much closer to a true full coverage than many mass market foundations, but it looks dreamy on the skin, and even though it has that slightly satiny skin-like finish, it still manages to be long wear, although it's not a matte formula. Beautiful foundation, especially when you're out and about this spring. NARS Natural Radiant Longwear. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It truly is just that, a filter in a bottle. Some people aren't quite sure how to wear this, but it has multiple ways to wear it. I like to wear it as a glowy primer beneath foundation, and I actually did layer this beneath my foundation today. It adds just a tint of color, so for those skin tint girlies, you just may love this as a standalone product because it does even out the complexion. Doesn't add a lot of perfection, but it does smooth out the complexion a bit. It also has this beautiful, radiant, glowy finish, but it doesn't slip and slide around the face. It's a beautiful product. It can also be used to add like that satin kiss of highlight to the cheeks without wearing an all-out highlighter. So you have the effect of a highlighter, but the skin is more of a natural shade. This is beautiful year-round, but this product really shines in spring. Now, I didn't add a lot of powders to today's spring roundup of beauty. Spring is to let that natural glow come through, and it's okay for skin to look a little satiny, and it's okay for your oils to break through a little. Just because the skin gets shiny halfway through the day does not necessarily mean you have an oily skin type. Skin is supposed to produce oil. Now, sometimes it's a bit much, but sometimes it's just your natural sheen, and that's a beautiful look for spring. But if you like something matte but want to keep it more lightweight and airy, one way to do this is with your skin prep product. This is by the mastermind Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. Such a unique and fabulous product. Just take a few drops, you press them into the skin, and they mattify that area without adding any of the weight or texture that a powder does. I tend to gravitate toward powders that are not so gangster mattifying, but that still leave a touch of that radiance or glow in the skin while just lightly setting the makeup. And that's when I would reach for products like this beautiful Mineralized Skin Finish by MAC. I recently showed you how to use this product in a recent video. I also have a video where I reviewed tons of powders. Glam Meteorites are another beautiful, gorgeous finishing powder that I also shared in a recent video. These powders have this gorgeous, fine, shimmering pearl. It has multicolors. When you swirl and buff them into the skin, they give you a beautiful, ethereal finished look. Now, when I started thinking about which bronzers I wanted to share with you for spring, it almost turned into a bronzer video, and I realized I may have to do a new bronzer video. But for today, I do want to share one of my favorite bronzers of the moment and of the season, and that is also by MAC. MAC has an extended bronzer line, the Skin Finish Bronzer. This particular shade is Matte Deep Golden. MAC's bronzers, as you would expect, have a beautiful formula, sit naturally on the skin. They blend beautifully. They don't grab. You can get this subtle sun-kissed look, or you can go really burnished and intense. They have a beautiful array of shades, and it's a beautiful bronzer. Now, I hear some people say they no longer use highlighter. I don't think highlighter will ever go out of style, neither the technique or the product. What I think has probably gone out of style, though, is the extreme highlighter look. The highlighters are still an absolutely beautiful product for spring, and I've pulled a couple that people don't talk about as often, but that are some of the prettiest highlighter formula on the market, and that is MAC's Extra Dimension. Formula is stunning, and there was a time when these were first released where you had to line up to get one. This first shade is called Show Gold, are so buttery and silky. It's primarily this beautiful pink peach pearl. This color is a knockout, and you can use a light hand to just add a kiss of the effect to the cheek. It doesn't have to be an all-out disco ball. This shade is Soft Frost. Is very unique. It appears almost white in the pan, but it has this beautiful purple bluish hue, and that's beautiful. You would wear this to complement similar shades. Another really pretty way to get the highlighter effect without going all out just highlighter is to get a beautiful blush with a multi-dimensional pearl. That way you have a one-stop shop. You have the blush, but you have that beautiful glowy effect. MAC Extra Dimension blushes are just stunning. A beautiful cocoa with a golden pearl. This shade is called Just a Pinch, and it is truly just a pinch of peach. It is beautiful on fair to medium skin tones. Deeper tones, this would be more of a highlighter because this is a lighter shade, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And this stunning fuchsia blush is called Rosy Cheeks, and this is a knockout gorgeous blush. Haus Labs has some beautiful blushes. I double checked to make sure that they still have these shades available because they are so pretty. This is Watermelon Kiss. The beautiful thing about Watermelon Kiss that is in that red family, which is very flattering on the cheek, but it's not an all-out stark scarlet red. It has almost a touch of pinky coral, and it's delicious on the cheek for spring. And this yummy pink is called Dragon Fruit Days, also by Haus Labs, and just that perfect pop of pink for spring. NARS has a beautiful blush lineup. Orgasm X, one of the prettiest pinky coral shot through with gold. This shade is almost a must for every girl. It's going to be gorgeous on so many skin tones. It's perfect for spring, gives you this sunlit kiss of color. This is a gorgeous blush. And because NARS has so many beautiful blushes, one of the things they do this time of year that I love is that they often have blush palettes. This one was beautiful, and this one has some really heavy hitters in it. It has Taj Mahal, which, fun fact, was inspired by Naomi Campbell, and it's this beautiful burnt true golden orange. It is delicious. And then it also has the famous Exhibit A, which is this spectacular matte red blush. And if you are blushing beauty on a budget, the Juvia's Place blushes may be more affordable, but they are by no means any less gorgeous. In fact, this brand has one of the prettiest blush shade lineups. I believe they have 6 in total. I had a very difficult time narrowing it down, but when I was thinking about spring, these were my choices. So there's something for every complexion, from fair to deep. Then you have a nice soft terracotta. You have some beautiful peaches, a popping coral, that spectacular pink. You are all set for spring. Now is the perfect time to go through your collection and see what you already have and bring those pretty spring products to the top of your makeup vanity. And then the only thing you'll need to complete your spring beauty refresh is a pretty fragrance, and I have a requested fragrance video coming soon. I look forward to seeing you in that video, but until next time, keep it pretty.